everybody, Anime Reflux. So I'm fairly certain everyone watched the right show. There was a little bit of confusion as to which one was because the one we're supposed to be watching this week, the show we're supposed to be watching is Konnichiwa Anne, and there was also apparently another show called Anne of Green Gables that was made in like the 70s or something. And yeah, we were supposed to be watching the first one. I
I
think
watched the one I
everyone's
was
watched the
given
first
the
one.
name to.
Sorry, what?
I watched the one I was given the name to.
Yeah, I watched Konnichiwa and
Same here.
Cool beans. Makes life easy. Okay, so yeah, I should have done more research on this one. I feel like, because I guess this one has a history of sorts, but I don't know it. Yeah.
Research. Our research is watching this shit. It's not going deeper than that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna watch a show, you're not gonna read 1,000 fucking Wikipedia articles or TV tropes or whatever for information on it, usually. But,
I usually do, but I just couldn't be arsed to do it this time.
so I'm gonna do it right now in the middle of the episode.
Really?
I'm gonna try. So,
Sorry, do you want me to be the official researcher next time?
nope. There we go. So this show is about a little redheaded girl who lives in the country with a poor family and Cinderella, basically.
It's Canada.
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 Yeah.
Canada. A.
Well, they're not gonna have A in the Japanese. That would be interesting if they did. Just every now and again, just throw A in the dialogue. Just for no reason.
Why not?
I mean...
Tater does a Canadian accent impression, and it sounds just like Misty Konnichiwa,
I don't know who that is.
YouTuber.
I don't know who that is either. I don't watch random celebrities, air quotes.
Misty
on YouTube.
Konnichiwa is one of the top 4 anime YouTubers, along with the Anime Guy, Aki Dearest, and Lost Paws. In fact, they've collabed together before.
All 4 names flew over my head.
Yep. Never heard of them, but it's good to know the people I should hate. So, yeah, so this... Okay, so this was... Okay. Right, okay. Anne of Green Gables was a book. It was written 100 years before this show that we're watching now was made. And for the 100th anniversary, they decided to do this show. Oh. Okay. 100 years before this show, there was the book. 70 years after that, so 1979, I believe, they did an anime adaptation of Anne of Green Gables. And 30 years after that, which was 2009, they did this show, which is a prequel to it, I believe.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Sounds right.
In fact, it even has the subtitle Before Green Gables.
Yeah. So, yeah, little red-haired girl who lives with a poor family. She's an orphan, and she does a portion of the housework and is treated like shit by just about everyone because she's poor and an orphan and a ginger. So, yeah.
Ginger.
I can't expand on that.
That part of it is... that part of it is difficult for me. Not least of which because it's entirely possible, given my heritage, that if I wasn't albino, I might have been ginger. And also the fact that gingers might actually have it worst in British culture. Surprisingly, well, in the past 10 or so years, it might actually be Middle Easterns and Muslims. But before that, it was gingers, because everyone fucking hated them and treated them like shit, and no one cared.
Wait, gingers were treated worse than albinos in Britain?
I didn't know there was a precedent.
This is news to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Had a friend who was ginger. And he got the shit kicked out of him in a McDonald's parking lot because he was ginger.
Wow.
Yeah. So this whole gingers are evil and God hates them is actually a thing that I saw in real life.
Whoa.
That's fun.
Yeah.
People are assholes.
So, wasn't quite sure what to make of that part of the show.
Well, did any of you either watch the Anna Green Gables movies or see or read the book?
No.
No.
No, I didn't.
Should I have?
No, I saw it like 10 years, like a long time ago. And I remember one of the prominent parts of the movies / the book is the fact that she is a redhead and she's constantly teased by it by, I think, the guy she eventually gets together with.
Oh my.
Yeah. Typical.
Wait, there's
he likes her and
romance? There's romance in Anne of Green Gables?
I don't remember. I just remember the guy becomes a good friend, I think. And he tugs on her hair and calls her Carrot Head, and she smacks him in the middle of school and gets in trouble. It's pretty great. So this is a part of the story that eventually becomes part of the actual original book, which is the fact that she has a huge complex about her hair throughout the entire thing. She even cuts it and tries to dye it a different color, and it turns green.
Oh, yeah. My sister did that too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. So summary time, I guess. There's a girl. Her name's Anne. She has red hair in
Canada.
Canada. Yeah, I was trying to describe the hairstyle, but it's not pigtails. It's like
Twin tails.
Pigtail braids.
Pigtail braids. Thank you.
Canada.
Okay. So, yeah, she is like 7, 8, maybe. And she's climbing a tree, and she sees a squirrel, and she's like, "What's up, squirrel? How's it going?"
That's not what she said, but it's basically what she said.
Yeah. And the squirrel's like, "Bitch, what you want?" And
That's not what the squirrel said, that's what the squirrel's face said.
yeah. Then the squirrel runs away, and a caterpillar lands on Anne's head, and she freaks out, and something.
Falls out of a 10-foot tree.
Oh, yeah, that, okay.
And is perfectly fine, totally sticks the landing.
Yeah, I might have missed that bit because of streaming fuckery. I just kind of dropped and I
Yeah,
had
so
to
then
reset.
then she fetches a pail of water, runs back home where her family are complete assholes.
Not really even her family. It's the family that adopted her and treats her like crap.
Yeah, her parents died when she was a baby, and they were friends of this family, so the family adopted her, even though they're poor and already have 4 kids. And the
Uh.
2 little sons are just the biggest dicks.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're like 5-year-old boys. That's kind of not exactly unexpected. Most boys are assholes, just generally speaking. Yeah, so she is, basically expected to do housework and help run the household because she is not a part of the family and thus should earn her keep.
Reminded me of my parents.
I didn't do that. So, yeah, it's basically Cinderella style thing going on at this part of the story. Of
Canadian
just her
Cinderella.
constantly getting shit from the people that are supposedly taking care of her. And she does chores and such, and we find out that the dad of the family is a drunk and a wastrel. And later in the day, I'm skipping ahead a bit because it's a lot of just establishing the family situation, which is everything kind of sucks, and
The only nice one is the oldest daughter, Eliza, who
Yes.
actually treats Anne like a human being.
she comes home and the mom insists that she should repair the boys' shirts because they're ripped, and just kind of fidgets in place because her dress is ripped, but she can't really say anything about it because she'll only get scolded for ripping her dress, probably. So then, we mentioned the boys giving her crap for having red hair and
Being adopted.
being adopted. Yeah.
They're just the biggest pricks.
Yeah, I mean, this is like 1900, where being an orphan was kind of, well, it's not even 1900 probably, was
Yeah,
kind of
look
a
at the time
stigma.
frame.
Yeah, it was a stigma to be orphaned back then. So it makes sense, even if it's crappy. So Anne basically talks to Eliza about her parents and says, "Hey, my parents were super nice and everything, right? That's why God took them away.
Makes sense.
But he hates me because I'm ginger, so I had to stay here."
She's a very quirky girl. That's
Yep.
one thing I remember from the movie. I didn't read the book. Is that she just says things that are like, "Oh, okay, if you say so." Like, what? And that's very evident in the show as well.
Well, the novel was first published in 1908, so I imagine it takes place around then or slightly
Around the turn of
before
the
then.
century, yeah. Well, at least it's consistent. I can respect that it maintains consistency in the character, which, well, she is a child, so you kind of expect them to say weird shit every now and again. But
There's that too.
it's nice that they kept that and
Definitely.
maintained it. And it does seem genuine. Like, you can...
I'm actually
It's
surprised
horrible
with how
logic,
good,
but
yeah.
you can see the reasoning and the chain of logic that she went down.
Especially with her family situation where she's obviously not in a place where she's getting any sort of formal education.
Yeah.
So all she has to occupy herself is essentially her ridiculous imagination.
In my own little corner, in my own
Cinderella, yes.
where I can be whatever I
Okay,
want
that's enough
to
of
be.
that. So,
I found out how to kill Kenshi.
Anne
Words.
asks Eliza. Oh god, there's a character named Eliza. This is not good for my Hamilton referencing. Just realized that now. Wish I'd realized it sooner so I could make references, but I can't think of any because I'm too tired. She asks what her parents were like, and Eliza says they were great people, and they had a cat, and they were nice, and everyone loved them. And Anna's like, cat, huh? Maybe if I have a cat, God will take me away too. Which...
That's morbid.
Yeah. I mean...
Well, they do say cats steal your soul.
Yeah.
The joke's on her. Gingers don't have souls. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that whole South Park thing did not help the thing I was talking about earlier. Can I say that much? Yeah. So, where were we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Anne wants to get a cat. The next day comes, and basically it's another day where Anne is just doing chores. Meanwhile, the dad is doing some minor labor for, is it Mrs. Minton?
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
stubborn old lady.
Yeah. Doing some work for her. Not well paying, but whatever he can get, so he's actually doing work, I guess. And he's like, is there anything else I can do? Anything at all? And she's like, nope, sorry. And he, looks at a little jewelry box in near the door on his way out. Which is kind of rude because the jewelry box was closed and he just sort of randomly picks it up and says, hey, this thing's broken. Which, dude, asshole, that ain't your shit. Who gave you permission to pick up and fiddle with my stuff? But whatever. So he sees that this little pin with a relief sculpture in it is damaged. The pin's broken on it. So he's like, I can fix this. I used to do handicrafts and shit. Yeah.
I can fix it.
Sure, why not?
Can we fix it?
No.
No, you can't.
That's a very different ending to the Bob the Builder show. Right? Where, can we fix it? No. And then Bob the Builder just goes home, sits in his comfy chair, and just drinks a beer while he watches the football. Yeah.
Well, you're British, so when you say football, do you mean the European football?
I think I
Casey
meant
watches-
American football all the time.
Yeah, he watches that more than what we call soccer. I don't call
Okay.
it soccer because it's soccer, damn it. America.
I suppose he is a contractor, so it'd be more a case of, can we fix it? And he said, it'll cost you, and we'll show up sometime in the next 5 to 8 days, I guess. Probably. Maybe longer. This got off on a tangent, but, So, yeah, he's like, I'll fix this thing. And she's, okay, fuck it, I don't care. So he takes it home.
And it's supposed to be really expensive, which
Yeah.
is good to note.
Yeah, it's supposed to be expensive. So the family are having dinner, and the dad is like, yeah, I did work today. You shut up, bitch, kind of thing.
And but he spent the money on
Yeah,
booze.
and she's like, okay, where's the money? And he's like, yeah, make your own money. I don't have to tell you how I spend money I earned. So he's spending on booze. And
You
he's
just
like,
wanna smack everybody in this show. It's just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's funny that you mentioned that, Flush.
yeah. So he pulls out the box and shows the
forgot.
pin, and he's like, hey, why don't you fix this? Because I don't know how. Even though I said I could. So, yeah. Everyone mentions how expensive it must be. And someone remind me, because it's probably really important that I get the context of why he beats his wife. Correct.
She goes off on why she has to do this, blah blah blah, something along the lines. Just talking back, apparently.
Yeah, and how bad a husband he is.
And then she gets the backhand.
Yeah. And he drops the box with the pin in it. Well, just the pin, I think, actually. And Anne catches it. Yay! Good for her. You know, because they could have been in deep shit. And then the guy hits his wife again, and she falls on Anne, so Anne drops the pin, and it falls on the floor, and the guy steps on it. Anne, what the fuck did you just do?
Not quite. That's how the little dick sons react to it. But
yeah, pretty much.
Even the mother's like, no, it's our fault.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I pretty much just pinned this on him, really. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with putting that on him.
I'll join you with that.
Yeah, that's pretty much just him. Yeah, so the pin is damaged pretty badly. Yeah, you would have to redo the sculpting to actually make it look decent, and you can't really do that because limited material, that's not how it works, so it's pretty much just busted. And as you said, the sons are like, Anne did it, it's Anne's fault, and they decide, okay, that's the story we're gonna go with, because if we say Anne did it, then the old lady is less likely to be pissed at us. And, hey, maybe if we can get Anne to cry about it, she might even forgive us.
Scapegoat! I mean, Anne!
Yeah. So, if they have to, they do agree to go along with working hard to pay for it. So Anne and the dad, whose name I don't remember.
Who cares?
I don't care about.
I don't know if they even actually said it.
I think it's Bert. I think it's Bert.
Oh yeah, it is Bert.
You're right, it is Bert, yes.
Bert.
Yeah, so they're in a carriage on their way to Minton's house. And Anne is like, I don't know, I can't cry on command, and I don't like lying, so this kind of sucks for me. And the dumbass is like, you have to, or we're all kind of screwed. So, and then he gets pissy and just yanks on the reins, which causes the horse to jerk, and the carriage gets stuck in a ditch. Because dumbass. So, he goes to get like a stick or something so he can sort of wedge the carriage out of the ditch. Meanwhile, on the other side of the dirt road, there is a carriage. And guess who's in it?
Some old lady.
Yeah.
As far as Anne knows.
Yeah.
A 100-year-old lady who hasn't smiled in 100
Yep.
years.
Yeah. So, okay, I was just trying to remember the context for how this conversation begins, and
Anne is
it's
practicing.
Anne jumps out of the carriage and is like, okay, so I need to cry and feel really bad and pretend it was my fault. So, oh, Mrs. Minton, I'm so sorry I broke the thing. Ooh-wah! Ooh-wah!
Thanks, Japan.
And of course, Mrs. Minton driving by overhears Anne practicing to herself. And so stops her carriage and gets out to talk to her.
Yeah, and this is pretty much where this show got fantastic. I love this scene so much. So this is the scene where Anne basically just gives a whole spiel about the pin that they broke and that she needs to take the blame for it and feel bad and such because it's a pin that belongs to a mean old lady who hasn't smiled in 100 years because reasons, long story about the pin or something that she literally made up.
And theorizes that the reason that Mrs. Minton hasn't smiled is the pin was a gift from her late husband who died in the war. Just a theory on Anne's part, though.
That's the best part.
Which I have to
Where did this
assume
shit
would have been
come
the
from?
Napoleonic Wars. I mean, I guess.
And she also explains to Mrs. Minton, who she doesn't know is Mrs. Minton again, that her situation, how she figures that if she owns a cat that has red hair, the cat will love her, and God will take her away, and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole part of it is still really weird to me. But, I think it's supposed to be, so that kind of, So, Mrs. Minton is like, so, I'm actually a friend of Mrs. Minton. You could say we're incredibly close. I mean, we're like this, and puts a thumb and finger literally together. So, I actually know where that pin came from. It was a gift from her cousin. She fucking hates her cousin, okay? So don't worry about it. It's cool.
That was the best part.
Yeah. So, you should go on home. I need to talk to Bert. And it's like, Kay! And runs home.
And then Bert walks up, carrying a big stick and speaking softly. I'm sorry.
Brought it up.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Minton is like, we must have words.
Yeah. We don't get to see that scene, unfortunately. That would have been fun. But, later on, he comes home with a box. And they're like, is everything okay? Are we good?
Box.
And he's like, what? Okay, hear me out. So, she's not so pissed about the pin, but for some reason she wants us to take care of a kitten. I'm not sure what that's about. And then Anna's just like, kitty! And in fairness, I was also like, kitty! And I'm very easy to please.
To be fair, I was also like, kitty!
Yay. I like cats.
Red-haired kitty. Ginger kitty.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. Anne's gonna take care of the cat because, kitty. Yay.
I knew you would enjoy the kitty, Casey.
I was getting mad while we were watching the episode because the opening has a kitty in it and it just wasn't to be seen. I felt lied to, okay?
And now you're gonna watch like 4 more episodes because there's a guarantee of a kitten now.
I might end up watching more episodes just because of that scene with the girl and the old lady, because holy shit was that funny.
It was very satisfying, yes.
Yeah, this was way better than I thought it would be. And it's at this point that I should point out Patient is here. So, hi, Patient.
He's been here for a while.
Yeah, I know. So, we just did a whole full summary of the show. I think we should probably do opinions. So, my, reasoning is, Patient, hi. Are you around, available?
Hello. Sorry,
Hello.
just didn't have anything really to contribute.
So, what did you think of the show? Not a fan?
Not. Pardon?
Not a fan?
Not really, no. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching another one, but I just don't like the. I don't like abuse. That's enough said.
Yeah, I can get that. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if the show starts taking a softer tone from this point on.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, Anne of Green Gables, I didn't watch the show, but I remember catching a glimpse of it once or twice while it was playing on TV when I was younger. Seemed like a pretty lighthearted show. So I wouldn't be surprised if this story eventually leads into it being lighthearted.
Yeah, like, I had no context on this thing beforehand. I never even heard of it. Literally never heard of it. I actually confused it with another thing that I forget the name of. Yeah, so this was completely new to me. I liked it. There's some unpleasant elements, and I was like, if this is what this entire show is going to be, I'm probably going to hate it. But about halfway through the episode, it got weird, and about 3/4 of the way through the episode, it got awesome. So, yeah, I can't say I hate this. I think I like it.
I mean, go for it.
I was kind of concerned because, like I said, I remember a little bit of Anne of Green Gables, and I was like, oh, it's gonna like do terrible compared to its source material. But I was, like I said, surprised by how true they were to certain aspects of it, such as Anne's very quirky personality. That's kind of the driving force in the original, is that she's kind of a little oddball. And there's a lot of conflict revolving around her, and the fact that she's an orphan and she has a huge chip on her shoulder and all these other things. So I think they did a good job.
It was better than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting total shit.
Let's see. I thought the little girl was cute. For the most part, the show bored me. The second it was revealed the dude was a drunk, I was like, okay, someone's catching a front hand or a backhand. It was only a question of when.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be in the first episode, but guess it's best to get that out of the way quickly because it was going to happen. There were moments that were mildly amusing. As such, everything involving Anne and the old lady was golden. But for the most part, it pretty much kind of bored me. It wasn't a bad show. It just, there was nothing to it for me.
It was
Not
cute.
great.
I love the old lady who was just like listening to Anne's whole spiel, and she's just standing there, stone face, just kind of.
And
Yeah.
I think like twice she almost cracks a smile.
I was honestly thinking that she would. I suppose it would be a bit too contrived if she did. It's like,
She was
It wouldn't be
clearly
contrived, but I like it better that she didn't, that she maintained composure.
She almost cracked a smile like twice though.
alright. Views aside, I like the thought of I just wish that there was more of it.
I don't see how that chick can run for 31 episodes, though.
I imagine just catching up to the original. I don't know. I don't know the circumstances of the character in the original, so.
What are you filling that time with? 31 episodes of 30-minute shows?
Well, first it turns out I don't know how far ago this is before Anne of Green Gables, but at the time of Anne of Green Gables, she's 11 years old, and the story proper starts when she's mistakenly sent to the farm of Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, a middle-aged brother and sister who had intended to adopt a boy to help them on their farm in the fictional town of Avonlea on Prince Edward Island.
So she was being adopted again.
Yep.
That implies things.
Oh my.
Not those kind of things.
Oh.
That implies things happen to the family that she's staying with in this show.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I guess I'll never know.
Well, I probably won't watch anymore, but I'm glad I watched this.
That's the end of that chapter.
Yeah, that was a fun little vignette story of a little orphan girl that's treated like shit, but she gets a cat, so it's okay.
Mixed feelings on this episode. That's interesting.
So I learned from this episode and Casey's reaction to it that I can backhand Casey just as long as I get him a kitten.
At this point, I really want a cat, so it's highly possible that is perfectly true.
Get a black cat. Black cats are best cats.
I'll get him a white cat.
It'll match my eye. It'll be great.
I didn't even think of it that way.
So are we gonna roll?
Sure. I mean, I could talk about beating you and giving you an animal as payment for it, or if you'd like. That's entirely plausible. I can go for like 15 minutes on that. But we have the number. 13.
13 is M.
All right.
M.
117.
Ooh. All right. 117. Please be what?
Maggie.
Maggie?
I don't know what number that is, but we got 88 children.
88.
Maggie, the Labyrinth of Magic?
Yep.
Da-da-dum.
I've actually never seen that.
Pretty good.
All right. The winner is Mob Psycho 100.
Ah, shit!
What the?
Zero's gonna be pissed.
Why?
Because this is the show he wants to do next for zero interest.
Well, I gotta say, you guys won't be disappointed in this one.
I was. But in fairness, we only watched the first episode, and my understanding is the first episode is garbage compared to the rest of the show.
Oh, well, yeah.
All right, let's see. Kageyama. Would you prefer to do this, Casey?
I don't care.
All right. Kageyama Shigeo, aka Mob, is an 8th grader with psychic abilities. He could bend spoons and lift objects with his mind from a young age, but he slowly began to withhold from using his abilities in public due to the negative attention he kept receiving. Now the only thing he wants is to become friends with a girl in his class, Tsubomi. With his psychic mentor, who has no psychic powers, he continues his daily life, attempting to realize his purpose in life. 12 episodes long.
It is epic!
Oh, isn't
You should have waited to post that until like next Monday, so that Zero would realize that at the very last moment.
Oh, this is joy. This is a moment of joy.
You know, Zero is online. Huh?
He is, but he's probably doing stuff at college, or getting ready for doing stuff at college.
You know what's better to think about? If he just like randomly pulls out his phone in class and sees this, and it just ruins his whole day while he's in class. I don't know why that's funny to me.
So no, absolutely no, less than no chance of a veto on this one. Casey is writing himself hero in the
There are
chat.
5 people here, so in theory we could veto it if we wanted to be nice to Zero, but
Nope.
Casey will definitely not.
Nope. Nope.
I said that not.
I doubt Weasel would either.
No, I might be nice to Zero.
But it takes 5 people to veto it, and Casey's definitely not going to. I don't want to.
Good day.
All right, Mob Psycho 100. That's the random A for next week.
Casey is so happy!
You're getting like an unnatural amount of joy out of it.
I just want to point out how amazing Casey and Zero's relationship is. It's like they hate each other and yet love each other at the same time, and really that's what a friendship should be.
Oh yeah.
Zoro and Sanji.
Like, I give Zero a lot of shit. Like, a lot. But
he
he's
returns
like
it.
my best bro. To be perfectly clear, I love Zero. He is my boy. So, yeah, don't take that whole thing the wrong way. He is
Well,
amazing and he's great. So,
it's said that the true definition of friendship is how far you can insult someone without them getting offended.
Oh my goodness.
I may have crossed that line many times at this point, but that's how you learn where the line is, right? That's how it works. So, next week, we will all have fun watching Mob Psycho 100. Yay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Fuck you, Zero.